what I'm saying, man, the things that we're doing to each other, we can't have it no more. What we need is a stick across our backs, because we ain't woke up and really saw where our problems are, man, and we still run around here bickering and humbugging with each other. Every time we catch some brothers that's out here dusting and misusing each other, talking about killing them, running at their pistols, it should be a thing where 15 or 20 cats get on these dudes with sticks, man. You understand? And just dust them till they can't go no more. You see? Because our problem is not among ourselves. If we don't be living in an environment in all this filth, and they got no jobs, and they got no food coming from nowhere, no place, this is frustration, Jack. This creates problems. You understand? If we don't live like we do now, then the little things that we killing each other for right now today wouldn't amount to a grain of salt.
The idea of the vice lord originated from Illinois State Training School for boys in 1957, going into 58. The dudes that was in St. Charles, all the guys in St. Charles belong to organizations such as the Cobras, Imperial Chaplains, Clovers, the Braves, Imperial Knights, Imperial Dukes, Spanish Count, Barons, several organizations. We had common enemies at that time, but we didn't know who they were. Now we realize the common enemies we had really was police. 95% was the white police in the neighborhood. Black people didn't have a chance. We felt justice was blind and it was state justice. And we had lost all respect for the judicial court system. We just figured that we couldn't get a fair shake. We could not only destroy, but destroy everything around us. We normally had said that the white man normally was Lord of all vice. So we just took their title. You know, instead of syndicate of the mafia, you know, we just wanted to be vice lord.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
You are live.
Yo, almighty to the body, man. Hallelujah. This is your brother Kent. This is your brother Kent Assad, the Dollar Tribe member, man. Online with a couple more of these beloved brothers, these beloved rulers, man. Y'all brothers, introduce yourself real quick, bro.
This is Lord Buck from Arkansas. I represent the El Shabazz tribe by way of Cicero and Sang. This is AVLN, last name first.
Where you at your farm?
That deal about Ilan how I live. It's Lord Jafar Biddy Rahim. Coming from the Floyd tribe, conservative, almighty to the body.
Almighty to the body, almighty to the body. All right, first off, introducing ourselves, man. Getting past introducing ourselves, we want to introduce the show. Name of the show is the Golden Star Podcast, and this is another Plus production. Now, first off, I'm gonna explain to you all what the show exactly is. The podcast that you are listening to right now is just a demonstration, just a platform, an outlet for any vice lords, no matter what tribe in which they come from, no matter what state, what chapter, or wherever they come from, to open up and basically educate the people as to what we are, what we truly are, what we truly stand for, and basically clean up the image in which we stand for. You feel what I'm saying? Because nowadays we have a lot of negativity coming from the body when it comes down to, you pull up something on YouTube, you pull up something on the internet, or wherever you pull something up pertaining to vice lord, you're gonna see something negative. So, what we wanted to do was we wanted to establish our own platform in order to basically control our own narratives. You feel what I'm saying? So every time they put something negative or something nasty out there pertaining to the Almighty Vice Lord Nation, it need to be some members from somewhere to speak up and clean that up. You feel what I'm saying? And separate, the vices from the Lord's. You dig what I'm saying? The lower self from the higher self. So, with that being said, this being our first show, the first show we're discussing what is vice lord. And this is a very deep topic for me myself. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna let my brother them come in, but this is a very deep topic for me, because it could be looked at and it could be understood or overstood in various different ways, and we will get to it. But what is a vice lord to you brothers, man? I'm gonna mute my phone for a second, and I want to hear what you brothers got to say. As far as when the person asks you what is vice lord, but what you tell them what is vice lord.
Well, this lower buck. To me, I always tell them it depends on your degrees in life, how far you have reached. To me, a vice lord is everything. To represent the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. To me, we are vicegerents, custodians of the physical world. As a black race and as a destructive race, we represent the need to get things in order. We represent the need to protect our people. We represent the need to uplift our people. So as a vice lord, it is our job to be the vanguard of our community, to be the ones to be there to uplift our community and help our race and our families as a whole. So when they ask me, I say it depends on whether you coming to me on a mental level or a spiritual level or physical level. And I got an answer for each one. But me, vice lord is all encompassing. It encompasses every walk of life. So we everything. Paul said in the Bible that I am to some what I need to be so that I can reach all. And that's how we are. Whatever we need to be to reach everybody, that's what we are. It's mighty.
Man, I like the way you explain that. Go ahead, Jafar. Let me hear you, bro.
Mighty. Key 3 of the Amalgamated Order of Lordism states that vice means having thought. The human being and being second in importance to Allah God, being ruler of all the worlds in the universe, and man was elected by him to be his vice lord or vice ruler of the physical world. We see ourselves as God's highest creation, his custodian. So whether you address yourself as Baptist, Christian, etc., a definition of which you are defined, you are still a vice lord. The only difference is your interpretation and acceptance. Okay? Key 5. The Lord is a seeker of truth. Lordism encompasses every fact of life. It acknowledges the existence of God and people, and it acknowledges every person's right to communicate with him. It is a complete way of life, a life involving with both God and state, and belief in one true God whose proper name is Allah, and associates no partners with him. Mighty.
Man, I'm gonna say this, man. Man, that is most definitely the truth, as we all know within our truth teachers. All right, now the thing is, when it comes down to the public don't see that. The public don't see that. So it's on us to start displaying these type of things, And when I say us, I'm talking about us at large. You know what I'm saying? Us at large. When a person asks me, the person just asks me like, man, bro, what is vice lord? What is it? You feel what I'm saying? And a person, and then on top of that, ask yourself, are you vice lord or are you a vice lord? All right, that's different. Those are different dynamics within itself. Going back to what the brother Lord Buck has said a minute ago, it encompasses every facet of life. So if vice lordism encompasses every facet of life, then that means that I'm not a vice lord. I am vice lord. You see what I'm saying? That means I am the political party of this. I am the religion of this. I am the way that I raise my child. I am the way that I, vice lord encompasses everything, even when it goes down to the degrees of being with your vice lady. You feel what I'm saying? So one have to understand the dynamics of who they are as well as what they say they are a part of. You feel what I'm saying? And stand firmly on the fact of we coming from such lowly states and conditions and things of that nature there to be able to understand that our vices actually is what clarifies the actual term. And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of stuff that we see going on here and there. And it's like that even explains and expounds greater upon what a vice lord is. We have vices, we have faults. A lot of us come from the trenches, a lot of us are still in the trenches. So the things that we see here and there, bro, man, the things that we see here and there are measurements to just manifest that which we say that we are even more. Kind of go back to like when the people used to say, you know how people used to talk about church? They used to be like, man, I ain't gonna go to church because I ain't gonna play with it. And that's the same thing dealing with the nation, So it's like some people look at it like, I don't want to play with this or I don't want to play with that. But this even greater explains that you were vice lord. You have fault. You're gonna go through things, man. You're gonna go through ups and you're gonna go through downs. It's some of us, man. I'm talking about, man, we just got vices, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like the way both of y'all really explain that, man. And I don't believe that too many people can understand the dynamics of what you said. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead. I like to hear y'all speak a little bit more. Go deeper, bro. See if we got any calls. Go ahead, bro. Y'all demonstrate.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
At the key three, in reference to what vice means as in having fault, that means that either one of us or anybody involved in this great nation, we all gonna have something that we fall short of, However, that don't mean that we use that as a crutch, and to continue to do wrong, we can do better. Because there's always somebody watching. You have people out there that's always watching, and they want to be a part of what we represent and what we stand on. But if the only thing they see is negativity, they'll call people straight away, go another direction and really not see the purpose, in what we believe in.
Part the body real quick. I want to make sure everybody can hear, bro, because you are kind of low. I hear you, but you kind of low. But go ahead, continue to demonstrate, bro. Part my body.
Okay, now I was too low.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, peace and love. This Lord Buck again. I'm gonna tell you a prime example. This sum it all up. A traveler brother, one of the chiefs in Arkansas over the travelers, he told me, he said, the vice lord will never be perfect. And he asked me, why? I said, no, why? He said, because we take the lowest of the low, the refuse, the people that people wrote off. And what we try to do as vice lords, we try to make them out of somebody. He said, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. He said, we lose more than we win, but in the end, we try. He said, even if we save 1 or 2, we did a good job. He said, so Vice Lord will never be perfect because we not a perfect organization. He said, when you take the black race as a whole and you look and you see the state of our people, he said, man, we are self-destructive people. We hate each other. He said, so what we do, we build our organizations amongst the people. We build our numbers from the people. He said, so as a race, if you got the race that's messed up, you can consider our organization to be messed up. He said, but we try to do what we can. He said, and therein lies the power of Vice Lord, the ability to be able to save some amongst the lost. And he said, that's what a job of as a Vice Lord is, to save some.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm gonna be real, man. That's the whole point of what we doing. As we go into what's going on nowadays, because Vice Lord came into existence in 1958. This is 2022. So with them many different years, with those decades, those are generations upon generation. And with each generation comes a diverse mentality. So now we have a mentality that is like, man, I don't believe that a lot of people understand the dynamics of this. As you say in the amalgamated order, it's levels to everything. I don't believe that everybody understands the levels to what they say that they're getting into. You know, going all the way back to the stages of Lordism, going all the way back to, you know, how we went from being street gang members to being you know, community leaders and community activists. Let me speak on, for those that didn't know who those 2 guys were that was in that intro video. Okay, the first brother that was speaking, that was the brother Bobby Gore. Bobby Gore was the most influential Lord that we probably ever had, honestly. You know, the most influential as well as the most instructive. What I mean by that is he was the one that put so much down. He put so much down, and it was so many that honored him. Compared to right now, where, you know, we have a lot of precinct division. You see what I'm saying? And we didn't have all of that back then. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, with this generation, 2022, we have to establish a platform as in which we're doing to be able to go ahead, Lord. We have to be able to educate the people, keep the people up to date on what's actually going on as far as staying positive. Because when it comes down to the government don't see nothing but all the way 1,000 some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And if we go back to something that the 5%ers did, I'm not sure how many people really know about the 5%, but what the 5%ers did was they had while they was in prison, they had to establish the nation of God's earth. And the nation of God's earth had to be established because the 5%ers had got so large to the point that a lot of them had started being looked at as a gang. They was doing gang-like activity. But you had a lot of strong members of the 5%ers that were actually dedicated to the truthful teachers of what they say that they are. So what they had to do was to separate themselves from the negative. They had to establish a different entity. And that's how you got the nation of gods and earth. See, it's the difference between the nation of gods and earth and just the 5%. The 5% is actually just the teacher or the individual, whereas the nation of gods and earth is the entity of the righteous. So it was like they had to go through the courts and they had to go through, and all of this was did from prison. All of this was did strictly from prison. So what they had to do was they had to go through a lot of paperwork, a lot of lawsuits, and it took them like 11 years in order to do it. But they had to establish a separation between the righteous from the unrighteous. Y'all get what I'm saying? So now comes the time where we must provide all kinds of ways and platforms and things of that nature there for brothers to actually see. Because right now, if we just leave it to society, man, vice lord will soon perish. It will perish, you know, as it's like, you know, for the ignorance of our own selves. You know, if we don't step up and do something, then eventually it's just gonna just die. It's just gonna die out. And soon we'll be looking, and it trips me out that y'all seen when Nipsey Hussle died, when he was killed, how the Bloods and them Crips came together, marched and doing all. I don't see I see some of that going on, but I'm talking about as far as dealing with the Lord. I mean, we have to show the government that we standing for something. Meaning, you know, we have to start pushing it the same way that Bobby did, the same way that Big Al did back in the 60s. That's what we really got to start establishing. That's why, you know, we got to click up with other organizations, other nonprofit organizations such as Yaga, such as the Better Men Society, such as the visionary leaders, and a few other nonprofits that are doing the work of true vice lords. You see what I'm saying? So we got to start linking up. We got to start establishing. You know, right now there is no centralized database where a brother from over here can link up with, you know, what's going on. You know, it's so much whispering on the phone and scared to talk on the phone and different things of that nature there. And if we are doing something positive, that can't be. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? We got, if it's something that you got to have from or you ashamed of, it shouldn't be did, especially if you're a leader. Go ahead.
I like the way y'all hear me good?
Go ahead, Lord.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. If there's something that you gotta be ashamed of or whisper from or whisper about, you know, then you shouldn't be doing it. You know, when they do tap in on our conversation or try to infiltrate our goals and they hear us talk, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should run and flee when they hear about us talking about, you know, doing something positive for the community, for the kids, or for each other. You know, never nothing negative, never nothing destructive, you know. You have to really ask yourself, you know, how does a vice lord look to you? Think about all the images you see of us, you know, the lady lords and, you know, the brothers. Think of the images that come to your mind when you see it.
Right.
If we still not be mighty and not, you know, go about our lives as, you know, violent all the time or, you know, constantly, and, you know, we can't get this money, put it together and establish some type of business or something and truly help each other. People are both incarcerated, you know. We can't forget about them. You know, so what is the image of that vice, you know? And what can we do to better that up? All that, you know, comes with that title. What is the vice lord? You know, so I think that's something that everyone can have a hand in, take part in, and clean up his image. clean up his image. You know, some brothers, and I'm guilty of sagging my pants and stuff. You know, so no disrespect to the brothers, but you know, the Honorable Bobby Gore and the brothers back then sagged their pants. Nothing, did you?
No.
I never saw that. You know, it was much respect. You know, so the image got to change, man. You know, we still can be who we are. Not saying, you know, not do anything that'll make people turn and run when they see us. They should be drawn to us when they see us because they know we good people. You know, we got people, you know, when we call farms up. You know, like
we got a caller with their hand up. His hand been up for a little minute too. Let me see what the brother want. Hold on 1 second, people. Almighty to the body, bro. Your line open.
Plain.
Go ahead, bro. I thought you had a question or you wanted to implement something. You good?
Yeah, I mean, believable. I mean, plain.
Okay, that's what's up. Alhamdulillah. Almighty, bro.
So,
all right, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something else too. That I don't see. You know, I got a lot of pictures of a lot of elders, and I'm gonna tell you something else that I have not seen. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 pictures of our elders throwing up signs. We don't see. It's true. We don't see our founders, our elders, our pioneers that founded this nation. We don't see Bobby twisting his fingers. I ain't never seen a picture of Bobby twisting his fingers. I seen one picture of Freddie Gage throwing the 4-up. I seen not Freddie Gage, Walter Wheat throwing the 4-up one time. But I ain't never. The most you might see is, you know, he might stand up there, you know, right over left, crushing the beast. You feel what I'm saying? Or they might crush the beast with their right arm over the left or something like that. But I ain't never seen no picture. I'm not saying that it's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But I haven't seen not one picture where, you know how this generation here, you know, when it's time to take a picture, I'm talking about everybody should throw a rabbit up, or they finna throw their wheel, or they finna throw something up. You know what I'm saying? Finna kick their head deep to the left. But we haven't seen. I haven't, and y'all, cause you know, if anybody got some pictures where any of our founders, because I know I got a lot of them. If anybody got any pictures of any of our founders just throwing up signs, you know what I'm saying? I would like to see it, but that was just something I wanted to throw out there also. You know what I'm saying? We don't see this. You know? So you know, it's like I said, I'm not saying it's wrong or whatever, you know, but the thing is, we have to clean it up, because, and then I was talking to one brother one time before we was on Facebook, and it was some brothers that took some pictures. I'm talking about they had so many guns in it. I'm talking about they were deep. I'm talking about had throwing up all kind of signs, big old guns, Dracos, and this and that. And I commented on the picture, and I was like, man, ain't nothing about that picture right
On the bottom, my brother. Yeah. Do you see a 972 number raising his hand to speak?
Let me see. Let me check. Nah, sure. He's not raising his hand. I see him on there. Hold on one second. He trying to speak.
Yeah, that's Lord Osiris, the chief of Texas for Cicero.
Okay, hold on one second. Almighty to the body, bro.
Almighty. How y'all brother doing?
Bless.
Almighty, peace and love, bro.
Man, this is nice. We needed this. We need something like this. I'm listening, bro. You mind if I chime in? I was trying to figure out what keys to push to raise my hand. So I had to text Buck and ask. So I apologize for interrupting you if I did, bro.
Good, bro. Go ahead, big bro. Go ahead, speak, bro.
All right, that's mighty. My name is Lord Osiris. I'm in Texas, Cicero. You know what? In my travels through VL, because I was brought into the tribe while I was incarcerated. I kind of actually wanted it. Just to make a long story short, because my celly was Mexican mafia, and I love the way they demonstrate. I'm talking about the unity, the support, the backup that they give each other. So I was like, man, you know what? I want to be. Is there a black organization like that? He was like, well, the Crips and Bloods. And I was like, nah, that, you know. But anyway, make a long story short, I kind of wanted it. So in my travels, I seen that there was a difference between the way some brothers came in versus the way I came in. Like a lot of brothers that grew up vice lords because of their neighborhood, a lot of homeboys, and I kind of got it different. And the brothers that, matter of fact, mostly the brothers in Texas that are born and raised in Texas, been in Texas all their life, kind of got the different. We kind of got it from a knowledge standpoint. Like I've never gangbanged with a vice lord. I've never gangbanged with a folk. Those probably the only times I've ever had issues as far as what you want to call tripping is incarcerated. Out here in society, that has never happened. Never happened to me. But anyway, I've been in folk territory, folk neighborhood, blood crip neighborhood, all, and it's never happened. But anyway, what I'm getting at is this. In the Statement of Love, in part, it says our lives are for a new nation. And evolution is everything. If you do not evolve, you will die. That is the nature of life. If you do not evolve, you will die. And in the teachings that I was brought up under, it said the question is, what does it mean to be a vice lord? And the answer is responsibility, representation, realization, and respect. A vice lord has the great responsibility of teaching the truth, guiding first our people, then others to the rising truth of the Almighty. But that will only be achieved through the manifest representation of the Almighty signs and symbols, and the realization that not all nations and people will achieve this goal and work toward it, but some will oppose it. A vice lord is a black man chosen at first to represent the Almighty through our life until death. The thing of this is the responsibility of the vice lord is to teach the truth. And the only way that can be achieved is through the manifest representation of the Almighty signs and symbols. I was taught that Lordism, the definition for Lordism is the manifest representation of the Almighty signs and symbols. So what's my point with that? To evolve as a people, to evolve as a nation, we have to understand that we lost something a long time ago, and that is our moral compass. And with VL, we have that moral compass. That moral compass is established on two things. The principle is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The application of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice is the Almighty signs and symbols. So when we can apply them to that, there's a truth that says what is vice and what is Lord. It says Lord, Allah is Lord of our salvation. Our salvation will only be achieved through the manifest representation of the Almighty signs and symbols. Once again, it says the manifest representation. Until we can come to grips with applying the signs and symbols, that I'm assuming that everybody on this phone knows the definition behind the signs and symbols: the Playboy bunny, the cane, the top hat, the cane, the top hat, the champagne glass, and etc. So when we can apply them to where they need to be applied in our daily lives, that is our moral compass. So I come to you with gloves saying, I'll represent the Almighty Vice Lord Nation, come to each other with palms up of peace, to do no harm in speech or in action. So how do we distinguish between a vice lord and those who say how do we distinguish between brothers who say they vice lords? In the teachings, it says our actions distinguish us. So it's not a crime to be a vice lord. You can go to the courts, you can go to the White House and say, I'm a vice lord. It is not a crime. You cannot get locked up for being a vice lord. That is a misunderstanding of the law. If you look at the criminal street gang law, it does not indicate anything about you. If you join this organization, a folk, a crip, a blood, so and so forth, vice lord, so forth, that you'll get arrested. It's the crime that's committed in the name of vice lord. So the problem is not us being vice lord in proclaiming vice lord. The problem is us doing the dirt in the name of vice lord. You know what I'm saying? So, and the brother said something about the government. Like we're never going to be right in the eyes of the government. We look at our history shows us this with Bobby Gore. Bobby Gore did everything right. I mean, he dealt with people in a manner that was respectful, all people, regardless of who it was, but yet he still was framed for murder. The same person, the same individual that framed him for murder, if y'all go look at the history, which is Mayor Daley, he was a part of the Irish Thugs. When him and Bobby Gore were younger, he was a part of the Irish Thugs. And what the Irish community did, they organized this clique of so-called thugs. They organized them to the point that they came into politics. And what happened years later, Daley became mayor. Bobby Gore became the leader of the Vice Lords. And because Bobby Gore was linked up with, David Dawley and all these other individuals who aided and assisted the brothers to get grants. To get grants to do the necessary things they did business-wise. Mayor Daley issued a war on gangs. And that crippled the nation because all these other people were pulling out. You know what I'm saying? Pulling out the resources that they were providing these brothers and sisters. Why? Again, because Daley and his clique saw that the power of these youngsters organizing and doing what they did and what it could do if they understood the political ramifications, if they understood the politics of society. But unfortunately, like today, we don't have a lot of brothers in position that is teaching on a manner which is needed in order to construct some form of power to protect us. Again, it says, what does it mean to be what does it mean? What does it mean to be a vice lord? Responsibility. We have the responsibility. The responsibility of what? Teaching the truth. The truth in what respects? That which empowers us as a people. That which empowers us as a people. Until our leaders can step up and say, hey man, just recently I signed up with a union. Few brothers signed up with a union. So now I told my brothers, I'm gonna put a program together so we can get brothers jobs, because the guy that's over this union, he's like, hey man, I want to help brothers out, I want to help black people out. So what can we do to make that happen? I said, man, I'll put a little program together. That way we can try to work something out like a staffing agency, but this is with a union. And so my pitch is, I can't give you no dope sack, but I can give you a job. You know what I'm saying? So we have to place ourselves. Everybody has to place themselves in positions that we can be beneficial to the people that we're trying to bring in. Yeah, we're trying to save the lost souls of the grassroots organization, of the grassroots society, the people that look like me and you. So we have to put these platforms together. And once the hell with the government, we have the power lies in the community. The power lies in the people. The Black Panther showed us that the power lies in the people. So once we start doing these and showing how beneficial we are to the community, and guess what happens? Then we assume the position of power, people will give it to us. That's mighty.
Almighty, man. Yeah. I really like this. I really love listening to our brothers speak, man. And I encourage everyone else that's listening to do the same thing. If you got something to say, you got a question that you would like to ask, if you would like to get at us about a topic that you would like us to discuss, or if you want to get more involved with us behind the scenes so we could do more boots on the ground, that's what we're here for. You see what I'm saying? Because just like what bro was saying, we trying to establish programs, platforms, and things of that nature there, that's going to take us to a whole nother level. So, one of the main things that made me want to do this, that made me want to start this podcast, is because I get tired of going on YouTube, seeing somebody that don't know what the hell they talking about, speaking about vice lord. You feel what I'm saying? I get tired of seeing these so-called brothers and these so-called sisters that's going on these government-funded programs or these government-funded shows or whatever the case may be, speaking about Vice Lord helping these people make Vice Lord look bad. So it's like we have to put our minds and our thoughts and our plans and everything together to be able to, every time somebody puts something messed up out there, we put something clean out there. You feel what I'm saying? We put something clean out there to clean it up. Because the moment something happens, the person be like, man, look at damn Vice Lord and just did that there. But the whole time, the reason why that image settles and manifests is because there is nobody to step out there and say, man, that ain't how that shit went down. It ain't happened like that, man. It happened like this. It happened like that. This is the reason it went like that. This is the reason it went like that. So as long as we don't have these platforms, like right now, bro, I'm being real. We streaming, bro, to the public because we have to let the public know and see that everybody ain't on that gang. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody that's a part of this it's not about that foolishness. You know, you really got a lot of brothers and sisters. I'm gonna tell you, and I gotta give shout outs where these shout outs is due to, man. You know, them brothers and sisters that's in Georgia, putting it down in Georgia, man, they doing well. Them brothers and sisters that's in Mississippi, y'all, and them brothers and sisters doing well, and a few more that I don't know about. You see what I'm saying? So, and the reason why a lot of people don't know about it is because there is no centralized hub. I don't know what them brothers and sisters is just doing in Detroit, like talking about it, because I might not be tapped in with Detroit, or I may not know what them brothers in Arkansas is putting out. I just learned about something that brother was telling me about right before the call. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, the reason why we don't know about this is because it's too much underhanded. It's too much whispering going on. It's too much stuff. If it's positive, it needs to be put on blast.
Hey, pardon about it, Lord. This Lord Buck again from Arkansas. But it varies from state to state as far as how the system perceived what's going on. Because in Arkansas, we still a slave state. No matter how much good Vice Lord's doing, and no matter how much negativity we stray away from, man, they do not care nothing about that. The white folks, if they see us gathering in the name of Vice Lord, what they perceive as a street gang, even though we holding a community forum on the street corner, trying to do stop the violence, they gonna bring their system against us because they do not want us coming together in a positive light. So a lot of time we have to work under the covers. Like even in Arkansas, Little Rock, man, you got Vice Lord sacrificing our Christmas Eve, our Thanksgiving, working in the community, feeding the homeless, giving out gifts and stuff to the kids, back to school supply in the name of Vice Lord. But we doing more than the church is doing. And we know we can't do it too far. Because if not, they're gonna enact the law to come down on us and say that we committed a criminal act, regardless of how much positivity we show. So it depends on where you at. In Mississippi and Indianola, I know for sure, the Black Panthers march with the Vice Lords, with the government in Mississippi, and they don't have to worry about no backlash. We can't do that in Arkansas. They gonna come down on us with an iron fist.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, bars, and I wish I could call bro and get bro online. I probably could if I was to. I wish I could get Nancy online. But one of the things is, because here in Mississippi, I don't know how brother them put that together, but I commend them. You see what I'm saying? I commend them, and I want, and I reached out at that brother and the temples that's here in the state of Mississippi that's doing their thing, because, bro, when I tell you, they did something like a year or so ago, where they was in a parade with conservative Vice Lords floats and stuff. I ain't seen that since back in the 60s. You see what I'm saying? And just like what you said, yeah, you know, they marching with the politicians. They marching with the politicians politicians. They marching with the Panthers. They marching with a whole lot of these brothers. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is, let me, bro. And the thing is, you know, whatever the platform it is that they using, whatever that platform that they using, man, we should be able to, you know, link in and use that same approach. Just like what I was saying. Okay, I didn't speak too much about like what the brothers and sisters is doing in Georgia with the I don't even know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about with the Vice Lord Award ceremony thing that they had not too long ago. Man, that's positive as hell. That's righteous. That's almighty right there. But not too many may know about it, like talking about it. You know, it's some that probably know about it, some that might not know about it. Some may know about it, not know the dynamics of it. But, you know, when we got people such as myself and a few other people, you know, I have a platform, I have a media platform. So it's like I want to put that on blast, because the people need to see that so they can get more involved and they can see it. So if we can find some kind of way to build relationships and bond with these politicians, we need to start raising some of these shorties up to get in office. You feel what I'm saying? Like the Panthers did back in the days. We could actually have our members running for office. You see what I'm saying? It's just all about protecting our image and making sure that, you know, our vices go unseen or as least seen as we possibly can. But part about that. But bro, Osiris, you there, T?
Yeah, Mighty. Hey.
Almighty.
Almighty. I think, yeah, I know he's talking about the deal with Main C. Yeah, that's, man. See, this is my personal opinion. Okay. Imagine we sitting in a leadership conference in City Hall. Let's just, you know, hypothetically speaking, and you have the Panthers, Nation Islam. You got all these black organizations. You know what I'm saying in there, and then everybody's telling the group. Every leader or every spokesman from that group is telling what they have to offer the community in regard to their particular organization. So the Black Panthers say, "Hey, we're for the defense of our community, and we're leagued up with all these other these gun clubs to be a defense for the black community. And the Nation Islam, we're for the spiritual advancement of the black community, and so forth, so forth." What position do we play? That's the question. What position? Where do we sit at on that leadership board where we can say, "Oh, we do this," and we can show and prove that we do, or what our political platform? What is our everybody has, every organization, even Walmart has we don't look at it like that, but even Walmart has a political platform. Yep. Everybody has a political platform, and that political platform dictates how we interact with the community and with the government. You know what I'm saying? And so the problem that we have as a nation is that we do have that platform. It's in our teachings. We just have to pull it out. And the next problem is that everybody has to. I'm not going to say everybody, because the teachings say not all nations of people will achieve the goal and work toward it, but some will oppose it. Those who are true believers have to be on the same page. It's not going to work. It's not going to. The Nation Islam is not as strong as they are because they're going in different directions. No, Black Panthers is not as strong. Yeah, there's about 3 groups of Black Panthers, but I mean the brothers, they're still got their boot on the ground. They still doing their job. They may not be to the extent that the original Black Panthers were doing, but the point is they're making something shake. You know what I'm saying? So with DL, we have to ask ourselves, where do we sit in the political realm of the black community? And the reason why we ask that question, because in politics there's power, and once we understand where we sit and where we belong on the chessboard in the empowerment game, then we know how to align ourselves with those people that agree. That they agree, and they may silently want to invest. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people out there that they agree to what's going on, but they can't show their faith, or they may be too old to do everything. So they said, man, I'm gonna put my resources behind y'all because I see that y'all are about y'all's business. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that we're failing at is that we don't have enough positive images out there to inspire others to do what's right. All our inspiration is coming from what's wrong. So we ask the question like, damn, why we always doing this, or why we always doing that, or why it's always this, or why it's always that? And it's because there's not enough positive images. There's not enough. Excuse me. Let me say this. There's not enough. We're not promoting it enough. You know what I'm saying? We're not promoting. Every time Buck send me a picture, I share it. Because I understand that we have to show a distinction between what's real and what's fake, and that's we're hurting in that area. I mean, we're really hurting politically. We're hurting in that area, and that's the only. If we can align ourselves in the political rhythm, man, we can do some damage because it's over 3,000 brothers, and there's power in numbers. Do you know what a politician would do for you to get them numbers?
Thanks.
You know what, man? I was just sitting back thinking, man, listen to all these, this good speaking that's going on here, man. And it is unity. So once again, we must unify. The same way we took up these top hats and canes, it's time to take this broom and dustpan up between this nation up,
Yeah.
Start hiding our faults. Start wanting to do better. You got to want that first. Once you want it for yourself, you want it for your brother, and just keep it going just like that. I'll never forget when all this stuff was going on, police killed a black, and I remember somebody stated, well, the game them. And to me, that kind of like did something to me, because it's like the same people that will call the police on you, for something that you done did or done, now they want you to go out there and, and protect. So I feel like once we get our image cleaned up, maybe that could be something, to do for the community, that we are in depending on, what's said and what we're authorized to do, within the nation, but an outsider. But my thing is, we have to work on the house first. Like we'll say, here's there's another that there. We got to do what we can do within our own little houses, so we can, get the whole big house to change. If that's making sense to you guys.
Right. I want to say this because we got 5 minutes left. We got 5 minutes left, and I don't want to go over the hour for many reasons. But after this, we can stay on and we can discuss a few more things. But here's my thing right here. Okay. They're gonna be many that oppose many different things. Especially when it comes down to doing something right. There's gonna be many that oppose. What I've learned is we just can't worry about it. We can't worry about those that's he in power because he got all of this money. I ain't worried about you because I ain't even focused on that. Or he's in power because he can fight the best. I ain't worried about you because I ain't trying to fight you. And so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? We have to, like what the Lord was saying about the platform. About what Lord was saying about the platform. Yes, we have everything is manifested through Vice Lord. Vice Lord encompasses every facet of life. Yes, it does. So we just got to start implementing. So the thing is this here. What we have to do is just do it, man. We just have to do it, and we use these platforms like this. Another reason why I chose the name "What is Vice Lord" is because you're gonna have young brothers out there that's seeking and trying to learn this and trying to learn that, and ain't got nowhere to go but Google. You feel what I'm saying? I want this podcast to pop up. You see what I'm saying? When a young brother or sister trying to learn something, they ain't got no place to go but YouTube. I want them to put in Vice Lord and this podcast to pop up. You see what I'm saying? So we have to, when we get on here And I was like we had already established, we ain't coming on here politicking. We ain't coming on here with the, you know what I'm saying, with the gang mentality. We ain't coming on here with, you know, the division and nothing like it does. And I'm gonna let y'all say a little bit more. Matter of fact, I'm finna go ahead and do that now because we ain't got nothing but 3 more minutes. But man, everything is mighty for me, man, Brother Kent, man. Y'all go ahead. I'm finna let y'all got anything else y'all wanted to say. We gonna close out at 8:45. We gonna close out live, but we gonna link back in. We gonna stay on and we gonna discuss a little bit further if y'all can. But go ahead, man. I'm mute.
Pardon about it. This Lower Buck again from Arkansas. I just want to tell y'all that tomorrow we have a gala going on, and this gala is all inclusive as Lordism is. But this is the first ever, and that I know of, and as far as a street organization doing it, and we are slated to have politicians, we're legislators, community activists, all type of people from different walks of life, millionaires, recoverers, drug addicts, everybody here, and all linked together under the same mindset that, hey, here we are today, let's try to do something different for the community and let's uplift one another as human beings. So as this right here, I'm waiting for it to be over so we can measure our success by what we was able to accomplish. And this is the first of many. And I say that I want to promote it and tell everybody to come out to the gala so we can see where we can go as a people. If we come together, we pool our resources and our mind, ain't nothing can stop us but ourselves. So here we only have up to go. So I just want to ask everybody to come out and support the gala so we can support each other in our community and uplift one another. And people don't know that this is a Vice Lord event, but that's what it is. We just wanted to show them another level of Lordism, another level of street organization, another level of people that you done wrote off and said that we couldn't do. We done had 12 bad days in a row and not have so much as an argument. Black folks and Vice Lords together in one place, and it's a beautiful demonstration. So I just like to commend every brother on this line and tell y'all to keep up the good work, keep pushing Vice Lord in the positive light, keep doing what you're doing as our role of vice genius, custodians of this physical. I tell y'all to keep up the love. Keep on this movement. Heavy is the head, the word, the crown. It's our job. They need us.
Almighty.
We got left.
It's real. It's over with. It's over. You want to say something real quick? Only thing we finna do, we finna go off live because it ain't over. It ain't over. We finna go off live. But you want to say something real quick before we go off?
Well, you know, we gotta remember, I am you and you am I. One person can't clean it up by themselves. You know, it'll take multiple lifetimes. You know, you gotta do your part, what you represent. You know, the same way you rush to get in that car, or with them guns, or set that sack. Let's clean this nation up. Let's do something different, man. You know, within and throughout the heart's core. I come as I am as I come, Almighty. Maria, you can take us off, Queen. Peace and blessings to the body, man.